the buzz of this movie is that it is knockdown, slap out hilarious.
Yeah, well, it's David Zucker, so he gave us Airplane, and he gave us, Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and 8, and whatever. Yeah.
I'm just trying to, as a movie buff my whole life, I'm trying to, I cannot look at you without seeing Lieutenant Milo Minderbinder. I can't look at you without seeing Conroy. I'm from South Carolina. In fact, Pat Conroy and I did a book tour a while back. And I mean, all the fantastic movies you've been in. And then I had not seen Transformers, and my kids were out of town, and I was just killing time, trying to just zone out for a few minutes. I turned it on for Jon Voight right there in Transformers. I didn't even know you were in it. You were great.
Yeah, it's nice to be connected to a movie that is popular with so many young people. So I'm connected to that generation as well, and that's exciting for me usually.
American Carol has.
Well, I don't know what that sentence meant. That's exciting for me usually. What the hell's the matter with me?
Here's a story that we've all discovered in this era of celebrity, and we're talking to Jon Voight, star of the new movie, one of the stars of the new movie American Carol. Celebrities can say anything. Nobody cares what you say. You're a celebrity. We'll just sit here and listen to you.
Well,
we do. That's what we do. That's what the movie makes fun of.
Oh my God! Absolutely. Well, the movies. I've seen the movie now because we had this screening a day or two ago. And gee, it really is. It's a really funny movie and really edgy and crazy. And it has actually in the large advertisement of it for the theaters, it says, "Warning: this movie may be offensive. It will be offensive to." It says some Republicans, all Democrats, neocons, ex-cons, future cons, men, women, more women. Native Americans should be okay.
They should be okay. We certainly would hope so.
But it's a David Zucker movie.
When you got a call, we want
Chris and Kevin Farley is Chris's brother, and Kevin Farley is wonderful in this piece, as is everyone else in it. And Robert Davi is out here with us, and he plays the villain that you hear on this thing. He's fantastic.
Well, the Michael Moore. The premise of the movie is a Michael Moore character gets visited by people who take him through a similar tale as Scrooge, letting him see things, but it's politically related. And that's what I ask you. You're trying to make money. You're trying to pay your bills, and you get a call. We want you to make a movie that has a clear political bent, that is not the clear political bent that we have come to expect from Hollywood. Did you have any misgivings about making the movie?
No, I didn't at all. I tell you, I went through when I was coming here, you see the marchers, the anti-war guys out there, and in the movie, there are very funny sequences where Michael Malone, played by Kevin Farley, is trying to make sense to these folks, and it's a wonderfully funny examination of these characters. It shows you, and when I see these guys now, I just laugh because it's so accurate. Anyway, so I was in the late '60s, early '70s. I was caught up in the hysteria as well, and I have great regrets about where I was. I wish I could get back, change, turn the clock back and change the way I behaved at that time. But many things happened over the course of years. One was the ending of the war and how it ended and how much bloodshed there was after the left had been saying it's our problem, we're the problem, and when we leave, everybody's going to come together and hug and all of this. And of course that didn't happen, and there was all this 2.5 million people slaughtered in Cambodia and South Vietnam, and the boat people and the camps and all of that stuff. So when I saw that, and I saw those same people just turn their backs and walk away and just celebrate that they helped win this battle against the war, and then then you look back and you know that Ho Chi Minh said that they weren't going to win the war. We're not going to win the war with guns and bullets. We're going to win it on the streets and in the classrooms, and that's exactly what happened. So that was all perpetrated by Marxist people. See. And we went along with it. We went against our own government and our own kids, our troops. Thankfully, I didn't do anything against the troops at that time, but I have regrets about other things. And meanwhile, John McCain was in Hanoi at that time and suffering torture almost daily and enduring, I don't know how, by the way, I don't know how a man goes through what he went through and comes out full of idealism and love for humanity and no bitterness. and seeks public office to help our country. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, he's a great man, and I'm
a typical American of my generation, a paper cut, I'm ready to call in late for work. And here's John McCain with his amazing story. We're talking to Jon Voight. The new movie is An American Carol. I want to ask, I know you've got so many people want to talk to you, and I appreciate your time, but I'm interested in this idea that people get upset when you and other people say we're going to make a movie that has a clear political bent that is somewhat to the right, and yet
I'm so happy to do that.
Every month a movie comes out with a clear political bent to the left and to the far left, and you've seen this spate of anti-Iraq war movies. I don't understand the standard in Hollywood. How can it be we're not against politics, we're just against one form of politics? That makes no sense from an artistic free expression standpoint.
You must be in America.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Yes, of course. You know, sometimes I think that we're making swords out in Hollywood to stab ourselves with, and we have enough enemies around the world. We don't need to be diminishing ourselves. And yet, those movies go across the world, even if they're unsuccessful here. They're used for propaganda against America by the forces out there. You know, and we have many enemies around the world. Of course, we're fighting the terrorists in Iraq and all across the world, and we've got a lot of dangers. And then we have these old vultures looking around to see if America's weakened enough to come in, like Russia sitting there. And so anyway, it's very, very important that we change the course of that in Hollywood. Now, will one movie do that? Of course not. And the movie really is extremely entertaining, and anybody who has a sense of humor is going to really have a field day. But the idea is, what you bring up is real. There's something wrong, and we've got to stop it.
Very, very quickly, because you've got to go. I did stand-up comedy for 6 years before I became a Republican political consultant, and now I do this. And I love the fact that Republicans and conservatives are laughing, and this movie is an example of that. The mockery of the McCain campaign, of the Obama campaign. I love the fact they're using humor. But the question my listeners want to know, Jon Voight, the politics, what's it like when you and Angelina get together for Thanksgiving dinner and politics comes up?
Well, you know, Angie, I haven't spoken to Angie. My thoughts are with her every day right now. And, of course, with the twins. I'm so happy the twins are healthy and doing well. And this is a remarkable time for that family. Now, will I see her on Thanksgiving? And boy, I certainly hope so. And I'm having the nieces and nephews and the grandnieces, and I'm hoping to have the whole group at Thanksgiving, but we'll see. No, listen. I won't have any. I won't have trouble. No, Angie's not that type. But anyway, she has had an affection for John McCain for some reason. And she said that. Now I don't know whether she's going to vote for John McCain or not. But she said whoever is most compassionate to the people in her constituency, which are she advocates for refugees, obviously, and all the people who are focused that way are people that she cares about. So, and I actually have said publicly that she's very much like Cindy McCain. Cindy McCain has done an awful lot for people in third world countries, women, and suffering people throughout the world, and has not only just spoken about it, she started a foundation, and she started a group called America Medical Team, and she went to 55 countries, and that's how she actually got her child, her youngest child. She was asked by Mother Teresa to take 2 children home. One of them clung to her, and she said, Cindy now says that she was chosen by this young gal, this little baby, and then she took it home, and Jen said, "Who is this little one?" He said, "This is our new daughter." He said, "Oh."
One other thing Angelina Jolie and Cindy McCain have in common, they're both very attractive women, no doubt about it. Jon Voight, it is a real thrill to have you on the show. Thanks so much for your time.
It's great to meet you.
It's a great movie, An American Carol.